Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam, Alayam Karunalayam, Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram, Shankaram Shankaracharyam, Keshavam Badarayanam, Sutra Bhashya Kritav Vande, Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Today happens to be Wednesday, so we are doing Bhagavad Gita, and in Bhagavad Gita we are doing the 11th chapter. 11th chapter, and we have to do 28th verse, but then I will give you the introduction to 26th and 27th verse. But then we have to do 28th verse. But then we will continue the introduction of the 26th and 27th verse. People always say people are suffering from death, suffering from diseases, and they are called dangling. Dangling means they are between life and death. Between life, those who are between life and death, they are called dangling. Dangling. Darshanantareshu sandrishyante surnita uttamangaye. Their heads are powdered. And Bhagavan, they are going into unmanifest state. Those who are dying, those who are dangling between life and death. And all the warriors on their side, on Kaurava side and on the Pandava side, also they're all going to enter Bhagavan's head, Bhagavan's mouths. Means Bhagavan's mouth means they're all going to become unmanifest. They're all going to die. In the empirical language, it's death. Otherwise, in the Shastric language, it is unmanifest state. They're all going to become unmanifest. They are all going to become unmanifest. And now they are becoming manifest. Now they are all manifest, but then they are going to become unmanifest. This is the meaning of 27th, 26th, and 27th verse. The Yatha Nadinam Bhagavom Vega. Just as the rivers with their fast Ambuvega means the fast current. Ambuvega. Ambu means water. Vega means fastness. Samudrameva abhimukha facing towards the samudra alone, they're all running. The rivers are running only towards the ocean. They don't run against the ocean. They run only towards the ocean. That is the prakriti. That is the nature. Tatha tavami naraloka vira. Similarly, tava ami naraloka vira. These naraloka, these human warriors. Tatha similarly tava viraha tava vaktrani. Your mouths. Avidjwalanti. Avidjwalanti is Shatru Pratyaji. Avidjwalanti means the shining mouths, the effulgent mouths. Vaktrani Abhishanti enter. All the warriors on their side, on your side, on Kaurava side, and Pandava side, all the human warriors are going to enter your face, your mouths, Vaktrani, your mouths, but because your mouths, they're all effulgent mouths, they are going to. Arjuna is seeing effulgent because otherwise they're all going to become unmanifest. They are going to become unmanifest. Unmanifest means remaining and not seeing and then not remembering. When you don't see anything, when you don't remember anything, that is called unmanifest state. That is not something happens to the object. You don't see a thing, you don't remember a thing. You don't see a thing, you don't remember a thing. And therefore, that is in Sushupti. And that becomes, when you don't see a thing, when you don't remember a thing, then that looks like darkness. And therefore, in the deep sleep state, looks like darkness because you are unmanifest. And therefore, the sleeper becomes unmanifest. And therefore, the individual, as an individual, he doesn't see the body, he doesn't feel the breath, he doesn't see the thoughts. There is no seeing, there is no remembering also. He doesn't miss, he doesn't die, he doesn't see, he doesn't perceive also. He doesn't experience anything. And therefore, it looks, when you don't remember, when you don't perceive a thing, it looks like, it looks like darkness. And that darkness is a known darkness. It's not an unknown darkness. It is experienced darkness. And therefore, the darkness also falls within awareness, within the light of awareness. The darkness also falls within the light of awareness. If the light falls within the light of awareness, the darkness also falls within the light of awareness. The object, the bhava of the object and the abhava of the object both fall in awareness. And therefore, Vishanti Vaktarani Avivijwalanti. Avivijwalanti means the effulgent. The Shatru Prakash, Shatru Pratyaji. Shatru Pratyaya means present tense, simple present tense. Just as the rivers run fast towards the oceans, in the same manner the human warriors, these human warriors are also running towards your mouths, effulgent mouths. That means they are going to become unmanifest. When they don't see a thing, and they don't remember a thing, then they become unmanifest. And this is a simple G. And therefore death need not be frightening. Death is nothing but the unmanifest state. You don't see your own death, you don't miss your own presence also. You don't see your death, you don't miss your presence. That is what is called to be present. Present means where you don't miss, you don't feel, you don't see the death, because the death you cannot see. If you are a seer, then there is no death, and therefore there is no seeing of your own death. And therefore, yatha pradiptam jvalanam patanga. Another example is given: just as the rivers are moved towards the ocean, in the same manner the human warriors are running towards their own death. In the same manner, he gives another example: yatha pradiptam. Pradiptam means the sun. Jvalanam patangaha vishanti. Jvalanam patangaha vishanti. The burning candle, or the burning fire, or burning sun, the burning candle, burning fire, burning the pradiptam. Pradiptam means that which is effulgently illumined. Jvalanam. Patangaha vishanti. The moths enter the fire. And the moths, they're attracted towards the form, and therefore they enter the fire. In the same manner, nashaya samruddhi vegaha, and they move towards fire very fast. Samruddha vegaha. Samruddha means with great speed. Vegaha. Samruddha vegaha. Nashaya. For their own destruction, they enter the fire. In the same manner, these human warriors also, tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokaha tavapi vaktarani samruddha vegaha. Similarly, the samruddha vegaha, fast, tathaiva, in the same manner, nashaya, for their own death, vishanti, enter, lokaha, these warriors, tavapi vaktarani, your own mouths. They also enter your own mouths. They're all entering your own mouths. They're all entering your own mouths. And therefore, you don't have to think that something happens to the objects. You don't see, you don't remember, and that is what is called death. You don't see, you don't remember, that is called. Pramana Siddham is not working. Pramana Siddham, when the pramanas are not there, that is functioning. And therefore, there is no object at that time. You don't see, you don't remember, that is what is called. It is called unmanifest state. That unmanifest state is called death. That unmanifest state is called death. When we call that unmanifest state as death, you don't experience your own death. We call it in the waking state. We call it as a death, unmanifest state as death, and therefore when you become unmanifest. You don't feel, you don't experience the unmanifestness. You experience the unmanifestness of individuality, the darkness of individuality. And that is because when you don't see, when you don't remember, you experience only darkness, the objects. Sudhaiva nashaya vishanti lokaha tavat bhuktrani namruta vegaha. Daily essay, and then it's not that you are maybe you are cruel. It's not cruelty, please. Even though it is said cruelty, Bhagavan is not cruel. Bhagavan is not cruel. Bhagavan is not cruel. Leli hese, you leli hese means you lick it, you smack it. Grasmanaha, grasmanaha. You swallowing everything, you smack the things. Samantat from everywhere. You lick all the individuals. Leli hese. You are again and again smacked. You smack up, you lick. Grasamanaha samantat. Grasamanaha means swallowing. Samantat from everywhere. Lokan means these warriors. Samagran, all the warriors. Vadanaihi, you by your own mouths. You Jwaladbihi, by effulgent mouths. By your effulgent mouths, you smack, you lick everybody. You lick everybody. It is not that he is licking everybody, and therefore he is cruel. And so, because without Bhagavan says, without me, you can't even you can't forget. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. I am there in the heart of everyone. Some loka samasta sukhino bhavan. That is different. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. Sarvasya chaham hridi matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha. To me, I am there in the heart of everyone. From me is the knowledge. From me is the forgetfulness. Due to me alone, when my presence is there, alone you can forget yourself. Individuality. Without forgetting individuality, without sleep, you cannot have a happy waking state. And therefore, in order to forget yourself, Bhagavan is there. And therefore, they are dying. That doesn't mean Bhagavan is cruel. If individuals die, Bhagavan is not cruel. If they go through the dukkha, Bhagavan is not cruel. Bhagavan cannot be cruel. Bhagavan doesn't have the will. Bhagavan is a presence. Bhagavan is a presence, and therefore he is not an individual. He is not a huge individual, please. He is not, subjectively you may think that Bhagavan is an individual. Bhagavan is not an individual. When you associate a body, then he becomes an individual. Otherwise, he is not an individual. By himself, he is not an individual. Even as Avatara, he is not an individual. Well, if you look at it as the body, the people think the person is the body. Just as you look at yourself, as the body, then you are an individual. You look at yourself as not the body, then you are Paramatma, you are Brahman, and therefore you have no limitation. In the same manner, Avatar also, if you look at him as the body, then he is a wise individual. He is a thinking individual. But if he is a powerful individual, but if you don't associate the body with him, then he is Paramatma. And therefore, here it is said that he is not, dukkham doesn't make, if the individuals don't make, if the individuals become dukkhis, if they die, it's not, Bhagavan is not cruel. Bhagavan is a presence. Bhagavan doesn't have the will. Bhagavan, it is their own karma, ji. It is Jiva's karma. Jiva's karma has to give the results. The results are going to be sukha and dukkha. The result is always going to be sukha and dukkha, and the results are going to be always sukha and dukkha, and ultimately when the body becomes unlivable, it is dead. It dies. And therefore, when a person dies, he dies into the Paramatma only. He becomes unmanifest as the Atma. As the Jivatma, he becomes unmanifest. And when he is Dukhi, he doesn't become really Dukhi. It's a notional. It's a notion. He thinks that he is a body, and therefore he is Jiva. When he doesn't know, when he thinks that he is not the body, then he is Paramatma. And therefore, in his thinking, it depends upon. And then if he is not a karta, he is not mobile. As a jiva, he is in space, at a point of space, point in space. But as Paramatma, he is not inside, not located in space. Space is located in him. And therefore, Bhagavan is not cruel. Tejo Virapurya, by your lights. Tejo Bhi means Bahuvachanam, please. Plural. Tejo Bhi by your lights. Tejo Bhi Apurya means encompassing Jagat, Samagram. The entire universe encompassing, embracing your lights. Embracing your lights. Jagat Samagram Bhasaha Tava Ugraha. Bhasaha. This Bhasaha means the lights. Tava Ugraha. Ugraha means your cruel deeds of giving them dukkha and giving them pain of death. Pratapanti, Vishnu. And it doesn't mean that he is a cruel deeds. He is not cruel, please. He is not cruel. He is a compassionate. Because his presence is required even to die. Even when a person dies, he is free from all the jivatvam. When he becomes unmanifest, he is free from jivatvam. At that time, at least. When he wakes up again, he wakes up as a jiva. That is a different matter. Bhasaha stavograha. Pratapanti, the scorch. Vishnu, hey, Vapan Shila. Vishnu, hey, Bhagavan Vishnu, your lights scorch. Your cruel deeds scorch me. Scorch everybody. Pratapanta means they scorch. They scorch means they are tapanti. They are heat. They hot. They become hot. They become too hot. And therefore they burn. They burn. And therefore he is called Kruraha. Bhagavan is considered to be Kruraha. Bhagavan is not Kruraha. Bhagavan is kind, compassionate. In his presence only, you are there in your heart. You are there. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. Hridi, in a heart, you are there. A heart means your thought. In every thought, you are there. As the adhishtanam of every thought, you are there. You are only a presence. Your willing also is a thought. Your will also is a thought. And that will also is being a thought. It has its adhishtanam in your presence. In your presence. And therefore, your presence is more important. Similarly, Parameshwara's presence is a presence. He doesn't have the will. And therefore, he is not an individual. He is Rudapanti Vishnu. And therefore, he is not cruel, he is compassionate. God is in God's presence only. In God's presence only, Jiva becomes unmanifest. Yatha karma, yatha karma, yatha shrutam. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam means as you have done your actions, because doing your deeds, kayena vacha manasa, what you do and what you say and what you think. It all depends upon what you think also. They also create results. What you think also creates results. What you say creates results. What you do also creates results. And therefore, all of them are karma only. Even entertaining a thought is karma. And therefore, here Bhagavan says, Arjuna asks a question, आख्या है मैं को भगवान आप कौन है मेरे को बताओ आख्या है मतलब प्लीज टेल मी आख्या है मैं टू मी प्लीज टेल को भगवान मीन्स हु आर यू उग्र रूपः means you are indeed frighteningly like that you are frightening ugra रूपः means you are very ugra रूपः means you look Ugra. Ugra means frightening. You have a frightening look. Ugrarupa. Namostu te deva vara prasida. My salutation to you. Namostu te. To you. Deva vara. You are indeed God. You are indeed greater than all gods. Deva vara means prasida. Prasida means be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. Become peaceful. Become pacific. You don't have to look ugra. I get scared and everybody is getting scared. And therefore, please, Devavara Prasad, not that everybody is seeing you, but everybody is frightened of their own dukkham, and their own dukkham and their own death. Dukkham need not, the best way to handle the dukkham is, they say it is burning out the karma. And therefore, dukkham, when it comes, it is burning out the karma. Similarly, death, when the death comes, you don't feel the death. You don't miss your presence also. And therefore, you don't miss your presence. You don't feel the death. You only experience the darkness, and that darkness also falls within the consciousness. And therefore, here he says, therefore, the dukkham and the death, they are all dependent upon karma. Yatha karma, yatha shrukam. Vijnatum ichhami. Please tell me, who are you? I want to know. Vijnatum ichhami. Bhavantam. You are Bhavantam means I want to know you. Adyam. You are the origin of everything. Adyam means the one Ado Bhavam. Ado Bhavam means Adi mein rahne wala. Before the universe begins, you alone are there. Adyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. I don't understand tava pravrittim, tava cheshtam. Why you are looking so ugra? That I don't understand. Why you are looking so ugra? I don't understand. Why you are looking? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bhagavan says now. Bhagavan answers. Kalosmi. I am the death of all the jivas. Of all the jiva. Kalosmi. The jiva has to die. The jiva has to die. The one who is born, the one who thinks that he is born, has to die. The jiva is born. Paramatma is not born. Paramatma is anadi. Anadi anantaha. Naisargikoyam loka vyavaharaha. Jiva has got adi ananta. Whereas Paramatma has no adi ananta. Kalosmi. Lokakshayakrit. Lokakshayakrit means I want to destroy the whole world. I am the destroyer of the whole world. Pravruddhaha. And I have become big. Pravruddhaha means I have become big. Pravruddhaha. Lokan, all the worlds. Samahartumeya pravruttaha. And I have become big also. Samahartum means to kill. Iha means in this world. Pravruttaha means I have taken birth. I have become Ugra. I am the death of all the individuals. Rite pitva. Without you also, na bhavishanti. Na bhavishanti means will not remain. Survey. All these human warriors, they will not stay with them or with you. They will not, all the human warriors, they will not stay alive without you also. Survey. Ye avastitaha pratyanikeshu yodaha. Pratyanikeshu means in the battlefield. Pratyanikeshu yodaha means the warriors. The warriors who are there on your side and on their side, on Kaurava side, they will not stay alive. They will all die. And therefore, even without you, without you, they will all die. They are already dead. And therefore, you have to only leave the arrows and gain you have to become famous. You will become famous. Nimitta matram bhavasavadhachani says in the next verse. You only become a nimitta. Even without you, they are all killed. They are already dead. Because their own karma. That means you have killed Bhagavan? No. I don't kill anybody. I don't do anything. My presence, without being beyond my presence, my being present, I don't do anything. Only Parameshwar, only their own karma does everything. Their own karma, their own physical karma, oral karma, and mental karma. They does everything. Karma does everything. Karma does everything, and therefore the phalam is not phalam. Even though you say it is law, he gives the Lord. He doesn't give. His law gives the result. His law gives the result. It is the law. The law of karma gives the result. And therefore, rite pitva, without you also na bhavishyanti. They will not stay, survey. All of them. Ye avastitaha. Those who Bhishma, Drona, etc. All these great warriors, Karna, etc. Pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Yodhaha. Yodhaha means the warriors. Pratyanikeshu in the battlefield. Who are standing in the battlefield, they will not stay alive. They are already killed by their own karma. I have already killed them. Krishna can say, I have already killed them. It doesn't mean he kills them. It is their own karma that has killed them. Their own karma that has killed them. Therefore, you can't blame the Jivatma. You can't blame the Parameshwara for the dukkha. You can only blame the Jivatmas. Because Jivatmas, how they think, how they say, how they talk, and how they do. That is what is called karma. Karma is manifest only in the form of thought, word, and deed. And therefore, in the form of that karma, they have that karma creates result, and that result can be sukham or dukkham. Neither sukham is enjoyed, sukham is not given by Ishvara, dukkham is not given by Ishvara. He is not a karta, he is akarta, and therefore, being akarta, he doesn't give any action, he doesn't give any karma, he doesn't give any sukham or dukkham. Their own karma gives them sukham or dukkham. Sukham means that it is always your own swarupa. Dukkham is adjasta. Dukkham is adjasta. Sukham is your swarupa. And this is what he has said. Tasmat, therefore, tvam uttishta. You get up. Yasho labasva. And you become famous. Jitva shatrun. Jitva means having conquered the enemies. Bhukshasva. And you enjoy. Rajyam samruddham. And this prosperous kingdom also you enjoy. Maya eva ete nitaha. By me they are already killed. Maya eva ete. This by me they are already killed. Nitaha. Purvameva pahalehi. Nimitta matram bhavasavasam. You be a nimittam. Even though you become a nimittam, you don't have to do anything. You nimitta matram means you be there. You leave the arrows and they're already killed and they will go and shoot them. They will die. You don't have to, you can aim at them and kill them, but they're already killed, and therefore their own karma has killed them. It's not God kills them or they kill themselves. You kill them, but their own karma kills them, and therefore even the sukham and dukkham is enjoyed by a jiva, by his own karma, and therefore by his own karma. And therefore, don't blame Ishvara for that. Don't blame Jiva for that. Jiva's karma has to be brought in. Jiva's karma is to blame. And therefore, Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadrudam cha. Jiva Bhishma, Drona Bhishma and Jayadrudam cha. Karnam, all the Karna, Tatha Anyapi, Yodha Viran, all of them. Maya Hatan, they're already killed by me. Tvam Jahi, Ma Vetishta. Tvam Jahi, you kill them again. Ma Vetishta means don't be unhappy. Vijayasva Jetasi, you continue to fight. Jetasi, you will ultimately conquer. Rene, Sapatnan, you will conquer all of them. You fight with them, and you will conquer all your enemies, all your rivals. And therefore, Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadrattam cha Karnam cha Tatha Anyanavi Yodha Viran. Yodha Viran. Yodha Viran means all the human warriors. Maya Hatan. They're already killed by us. Hatan. From Jahi. You kill them. Ma Vyatishta. Don't worry. Vidyasva. You fight the battle. Jetasi. And you will win. Rene. In the battlefield. In the battle. Sapatnan. Your rivals. All your rivals, you will conquer them. You don't have to worry. And therefore, please continue to fight. This is exactly the secret for success. If you continue to do your duty, and that will ultimately create the result. Even this man, um, the King Bruce. Bruce also did the same thing. He lost the battle for 6 to 7 times. So 7 times. And then 6 times he went. And seventh time he was worried. He was sitting at in a quiet place, and there was a spider, and it was not able to weave the web 6 times. Seventh time it won. Seventh time, maybe he thought, maybe I will also win seventh time. He went, and then he won. This only shows that every time, even if you don't win at first time, second time, it doesn't matter, but ultimately you will win. If you don't stop the work, you will always win. If you stop the work, you will not win. And therefore should not stop the work. You should continue the effort. The effort continued will always lead to success, please. And therefore it will not lead to failures. It will lead to success. Effort will always. Sometimes you don't have the God's grace, but your prarabdha comes on, and then intervenes in between, and your prarabdha comes on into your karma comes on intervenes in between. It makes the karma fail. What you do now a failure. Your past karma comes on mixes with the present and stops the present karma to produce from producing the result. But if you understand that if you continue to do your effort, continue to make your effort, you will definitely come to success. Thank you very much, and we will see the rest in the next classes. Thank you very much. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much.